Let's talk about the hero's journey. I just posted a 3-part update on my healing journey, and I'm now calling it my hero's journey because I'm no longer healing. I have healed, and I had this realization that I have been on a hero's journey this entire time. So I'm pretty much at the end of my journey, and pretty much to the point where I have the elixir to help others in their journey as well. But before I get into how my story fits the hero's journey, I wanted to go over the 12 stages. So, stage 1 is the ordinary world, which is the hero's normal life. 2, the call to adventure. A problem or challenge arises. 3, refusal of the call. The hero hesitates or fears the unknown. 4, meeting the mentor. Advice or tools are received. 5, crossing the first threshold. Committing to the journey and entering the special world. 6, test allies and enemies. Facing trials and learning rules of the new world. 7, approach to the inmost cave, preparing for the central crises. 8, the ordeal, a major life or death crisis or fear is faced. 9, reward, seizing the sword, taking the prize or treasure. 10, the road back, dealing with the consequences of the ordeal. 11, resurrection, a final high stake purification or test. And then 12, return with the elixir, returning home with the reward and transformed. So this structure exists in myths worldwide. It just represents the human journey of personal transformation, overcoming challenges, and finding purpose. They use this structure a lot, and obviously a lot of movies that we watch. And obviously we learned about this in school. But at least for me, I never thought at the time that this is something that we apply into our own lives. So now applying Joseph Campbell's 12 stages of the hero's journey to my own journey. So these are going to be broken down to 3 phases. So phase 1 is the departure and separation, excuse me. So stage 1 is the ordinary world. So for me, this was my childhood. I was a bright, confident light who loved to wear makeup and get dolled up. So, as you can see, I am a girly girl, and I have always been a girly girl through and through. Ever since I was little, I used to love playing in makeup and getting dressed up. I used to like lock myself in the adult's room so I can like wear the adult makeup. But underneath, the shadow, aka the abuse, was already present, creating a world built on a fragile, dark foundation. Stage 2, the call to adventure. In early high school, I spoke my truth to my mother. This was my soul's first attempt to break the illusion and seek healing. Stage 3, refusal of the call. Now, this didn't really come from me, it came from my environment. My mother didn't act when I spoke my truth. And then on top of that, my family spent years and years teasing me to the point where I became so insecure. So I refused my own power by dimming my light and staying silent to survive for years. Stage 4, meeting the mentor. Now, during this time, this was when I was already at the last house. I actually did meet my spiritual mentor. I actually do have a spiritual mentor. We're not going to get into that, but she has been in my life ever since, in mine and my partner's life ever since. But on top of that, I also feel like my mentor was my inner Isis and Lilith activating within me, which we will also get into another video as far as that goes. And then stage 5 is crossing the threshold, the first threshold, I guess. So this was my first no contact period. I left the kingdom of silence, which was my parents, my family, and entered the zone of magnified power, which was my healing journey. I committed to the searching for my soul. So we'll go to a part 2 for phase 2, which is the initiation, also the descent.